Hey everyone. First of all, I apologize for the quality of my voice. I've been sick quite a bit and still dealing with some sinus issues here, so bear with me on that. The reason I wanted to pop online, a number of people have asked me to share stories about Dad, so I thought of a good one. It happened some time ago when I was a kid. So I was 6 or 7, somewhere in there, and Mom and Dad took us down to Disney World for a vacation. And Dad decided at that point that it was time for me to man up and start riding roller coasters because he wanted somebody to ride coasters with him. Mom wouldn't do it; she didn't like coasters. But the only way he knew he could do it was to trick me into it because as funny as it is to those of you who know me now, um, was not a big thrill seeker back then. Now I jump out of planes, so I mean, a lot's changed. But at any rate, we were down in Disney because let's try to get Chris going on this. We got to what's now known as Big Thunder Mountain, and I was young and not really paying much attention. And Dad was like, "Oh, let's go get on this ride over here. It's a train." And he was very careful in how he worded this, so he wasn't lying. He said essentially, it's a train. You've ridden a train before, like the one in Burlington. It's a train. Let's go ride the train, because the coach was made up like a train. And so we get on the car and I'm chill and everything's good until the overhead announcer comes on and says something to the degree of, "Hold on, buckaroos, for the wildest ride in the world or the West," or whatever. At that point, I'm freaking out. I'm trying to bust up out of there. Dad's having to hold me down. And thing takes off and scared to death. I mean, part of me enjoyed it, obviously, because the Adrenaline Junkie was in there hidden many years ago. But I never would admit that to him, of course. But anyways, we got off the coaster and I was mad. I didn't talk to him for a long time and didn't ride coasters for many years after that because I was just so mad at him and because he had done that. But really, part of me really enjoyed it. Again, I never would have told him that. So flash forward to, I guess at this point, maybe it was 12 years ago or so, somewhere in there. Christy and I decided to kind of, play it forward and took Dad and Mom down to a trip to Disney again. And of course, Dad had some road miles on him as I did at that point. But we decided, let's go to Epcot. And so we went there, and they had a relatively new roller coaster then called Mission Space. And essentially it still is there. It simulates space flight. They take off in a spaceship, rocket, spaceship. Essentially take off in it, and uses puts you in a centrifuge and spins you around, so you have the G-force effect as if you're taking off on launch. Dad didn't know any of that. I said, "Oh, that's just a spaceship, right? It's just going on here, it's fine, no big deal." Two different lines. There's like the less intense, and then there's the more intense. And so, of course, I got him in the more intense one, and I figured it's time for some payback from when I was a kid. So we got him in there, and anyways, we get on the coaster, and I look over, and he's like, his eyes are huge. He gets off the thing, and he's okay. He's walking kind of off to the side, and he was as green as an Incredible Hulk. I've never in my life seen a person be that green. So we held him up, and he settled out. And about 15 minutes left of the ride, he's sitting there and he looks at me and goes, "Well, buddy," he always calls me buddy. He always called me buddy. He said, "Buddy," he said, "you got me good." And I think it was probably the last coaster he ever rode. But he went up with a bang on that one. It was a good coaster. But anyways, just thought of that story. I thought it was a funny one. It's kind of the way he and I used to jab each other back and forth in fun. He always called it picking. He always had to pick on each other. And he would do those kind of things. And as I got older, I did the same thing. And just was, been thinking about it a lot. Was very blessed to have that dynamic and be able to have someone I could joke with. And they got me, I got him. And it was not just a dad, it was a dear friend. I miss him. So yeah, essentially, I wanted to thank you guys for all the support. Continue to fight through this thing. Going to keep moving forward and do the best we can. But he's a good guy, and I know he's in heaven with God. And thank you all for everything. And to those, I know he wasn't able to be at Steve's funeral, and at least in person. I know he was there in spirit, and I'm very sorry for the loss. And he thought the world of Steve, and as he did all of you guys. So wish you all the best, and I'll be in touch. And as I think of more stuff and more interesting tidbits to share, but we had a life full of interesting times. So hopefully those will come back to mind. I'll be able to share those with you. Thank you all again. Hope you have a great day. Take care of yourselves. Be good.